It's always tough when a beloved character leaves a show, especially when their exit feels sudden or unexplained. We've all been there, scratching our heads and wondering what happened to someone we'd grown to care about on screen. And let's be honest, Chicago Fire has had its fair share of those head-scratching goodbyes. The unceremonious exit, a familiar fear for fans. Remember those times when a character you loved just disappeared? One episode they're there, the next, they're a distant memory, explained away with a single line of dialogue. It's frustrating, right? It leaves you feeling like a part of the story, a part of the family you've invested in, has been unfairly cut short. And that's exactly the fear many of us have been feeling for Daniel Keary's Darren Ritter. Unlike Jake Lockett's Sam Carver, who at least got a clear, though still bittersweet, send-off with his transfer to Dallas, Ritter's situation felt different. There were no hints, no lingering looks at the horizon, no subtle shifts in his demeanor suggesting a departure. He was just there, a vital part of Firehouse 51. And then, suddenly, the news hit. He wouldn't be a series regular in season 14. Talk about a gut punch. This news left us all with a million questions swirling in our minds. What happened? Why Ritter? And most importantly, would he just vanish into thin air, leaving us to fill in the blanks? A glimmer of hope. Could Ritter get the goodbye he deserves? Just when we were bracing ourselves for another unceremonious farewell, a ray of hope emerged from the most welcome source. Andrea Newman, one of the masterminds behind Chicago Fire. In a recent chat with TV Line, she offered a glimmer of possibility that could change everything for Ritter's storyline. Now she didn't make any grand promises, and it's important to remember that things in the TV world are constantly shifting. But she did share that the writers are actively working on how to properly write Ritter out of the series. This hints that the decisions about these character changes came quite late in the game, perhaps even catching the creative team by surprise. While Carver's exit was seemingly easier to weave into the existing narrative, Ritter's felt more complex, more personal. Newman's words were a comforting balm to our worried fan hearts. We're still working on all of that because we're not even back for next season. And all this, a lot of it was surprises. We're going to play with all this and see what we get and how much time we get with Daniel Keary, who we love, and the character, who we love. There's lots of possibilities there. Isn't that just what we needed to hear? It sounds like the showrunners genuinely care about Ritter and want to give him a fitting farewell. The key here is how much time we get with Daniel. This isn't just about writing a character out. It's about honoring the actor and the incredible presence he's brought to our screens. If they can secure Daniel Keary for a few episodes, it opens up a world of possibilities for a truly meaningful exit story. Imagine a multi-episode arc where we see Ritter grappling with a tough decision, culminating in a powerful emotional goodbye. That's the kind of closure we, as fans, truly crave. Learning from the past, crafting a worthy farewell. Of course, the fear of the dreaded one-liner exit still lingers. We've seen it before, and it's always unsatisfying. It's like reading a great book only to find the last few pages torn out. But Chicago Fire has also shown us that they can do farewells right. Think about it. They brought back Alberto Rosand, Blake Gallo, at the start of season 12 specifically to give him a proper goodbye. And let's not forget the triumphant returns of beloved figures like Gabby Dawson, Matt Casey, and most recently, Wallace Bowden. These instances prove that when the stars align, when contracts allow and actors are available, Chicago Fire is willing to go the extra mile to honor its characters and, more importantly, its loyal viewers. This is where the real magic happens. If Daniel Keary's schedule permits, and if the creative team can weave a compelling narrative, Ritter's departure could become another one of those memorable, poignant Chicago Fire moments. It all boils down to logistics, contracts, availability, and the ever-challenging dance of television production. If Keary has already moved on to other projects, it might make a multi-episode return difficult. But we can hope, right? Why a proper goodbye matters so much. For us, the viewers, these characters aren't just names on a screen. They're like extended family. We've seen Ritter grow, face challenges, and become an integral part of Firehouse 51. We've celebrated his triumphs and commiserated with his struggles. To have him simply disappear would feel like a betrayal of that emotional investment.